Hey guys, this is Prince Symbol here, coming at you guys with a new YouTube video. This YouTube video is going to be my top 4 tips for winning more 1v3s in Apex Legends. If you guys like this video, remember to like, subscribe, comment if you guys want. And going forward, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Prince793, and I'm going to be trying to make consistent videos on YouTube about tips, tricks, breaking down my clips, and that rhymed. So yeah, going forward, I'm going to be streaming a lot on Twitch, especially going to Season 8. I'm going to try and hit Masters. So if you guys want to come through, comment, chat, like, and just have fun with everything that's going on in both of my channels, I would love to have you guys. And so yeah, let's get on with the tips. So my tip number 1 is going to be try to make the fight into 3 1v1s. So what does that even mean? So of course you're here because, 1v3s, right? So the best strategy and the first strategy is usually try and make it 3 individual 1v1s. So what and how? The first way to do it is try and split up the other team by either using some type of nade, ultimate, tactical, but it doesn't even have to be, legend specific. I don't want to make this video legend specific. What I want it to be is just, practical ways that you can use it by using the environment. So if there's, a big crate in front of you, a bin even, a building you can run in and out of, maybe there's a wraith portal that you can jump in, even though that's very dangerous. Point is, you just need any type of thing that you can run around, run over, run through, zip around in, just to make the other team scramble, and you can split them apart so that you don't ever have anyone shooting you in the back as you're trying to shoot another guy, and you can just have straight up 1v1v1s. That's how you usually win most 1v3s. They're usually not you mow down a full team in front of you. Usually that's how you die. So going forward, if it's a 1v3, sometimes you'll get them, sometimes you don't. If it's a good team that's all shooting at you, probably won't. But in going in that, the first thing in, splitting up a team or trying to make it individual ones and just get you the best advantage is going to be try and take some type of height, try and use a zip to get somewhere. We already mentioned, tacticals, but you want to just make it where you have the best angle and they don't, to where you can split one guy up and they don't have vision on you to team shoot you. So 2 people shoot you at the same time. You don't want that. You want just, one guy in front of you, and you want to try and mow them down as quick as possible because, the next guy is going to be coming. So, you want to shoot and try and hit all your shots, because if you're not hitting all your shots, it's going to be very hard to be doing 1v3s. So that's another thing. So going straight into tip number 2, I mentioned that you're going to be hitting all your shots. So what do you use to hit your shots? Use guns to shoot in this game. So gun loadout is extremely important. If you want to be doing 1v3s, it's going to just vary, by what you have, but not with every gun can you obviously one clip someone. It also matters, because sometimes you'll be in ranked, you'll be playing certain team comps, you might be the recon legend, the assist legend, the defensive legend, and you might be running longer range weapons. You may not have, the Mastiff, the R9, some close range weapons, or at least 2 of them, to where you can comfortably switch instead of having to reload. So the really big and important thing here is, if you're looking to 1v3, and I guess maybe that's a priority for you, or you just want to be ready for it at any time, try and carry guns that are really good at close range, that you can do a lot of damage and do it quickly. The key to winning 1v3s is you need to have very short fights where you do just a ton of damage very quickly. So you want, a Mastiff, an R9, a Volt, a PK if you can get one, a Prowler even. Hemlocks are even good if you get really good with them. So you want to do a lot of damage very fast. And then I guess if you're going to go with maybe a tip 2B in this, and just to add on to this tip is going to be try to switch guns. And when I say switch guns, it's switch to your secondary gun. Don't always try and reload. And this is a tip that I see that a lot of newer players don't really do, or don't really know how to do, or it's not habit for them, is that they're fighting, they use their full clip of the R9, and instead of switching to their Mastiff that they have in the back, they just keep trying to reload, and that's 1 to 2 seconds of another teammate closing in to help, or that other guy reloading, or he takes out a second gun, and now there's dead seconds where you're just not doing any damage at all. So it's very key to just get in the habit, and that just comes with experience, really, of being able to, you know, consciously know, hey, I have a second gun, and hey, I'm comfortable using it. So, you know, I put my clip of the R9 in. Now immediately I switch to my Mastiff, and I get the quick knock. And then this is going to lead into my third tip. Obviously, in these fights, you're going to take damage. It's going to be very rare that in a 1v3, you just, you know, are always just outputting damage and never getting hit. There's rare ones where, like, you know, maybe you're just completely in God spot and you're just looking down at a team and you're just doing a ton of damage. But for the most part, you're going to be taking damage. So a very big part in this, and something that also I see, you know, newer players don't do, is that they don't shield swap. Shield swapping is my third tip. It is another one of those things that just comes with habit. Is you just have to, it's just good practice to always be doing it, is you need to shield swap. So let's say you have that first 1v1 with the first teammate that you split apart from their team, you knock them. A lot of players in this, or at least a lot of inexperienced players, will immediately try and pop a shield out, pop a bat, out of kind of that panic, I need to be healed, I need to be ready. The best option here should really be you immediately either, you know, Mastiff shot the dude that's on the ground, you just try and immediately finish them. Why? Because it's much better to have their blue shield than have an empty red shield, or a one-celled red shield. You want to be ready to fight the next guy. So even if you lose a little bit, you give up your gold for a blue, you give up your red for a purple, you want to be ready to fight, because you want to be already getting position for the next fight, because you can hear them coming usually. You want to be reloading your guns instead of spending that time trying to heal. It's just always staying on your toes and just making it a habit. And again, that comes just with experience. So that's something that you just get better at as you do it more. And it's something that I remind my friends a lot when I play with them. It's shield swap. You're ready and you're ready to go. And it's how, in a lot of 1v3s, how you stay alive and how you're just going to keep fighting and you can keep getting those knocks and getting those shield swaps. So that's my third tip. And then my final tip, my fourth tip. This is something, again, like all these other tips, I've tried to make them not legend specific, something that you can practice and just get better at with time. So what's this one going to be? It's going to be, don't be static while shooting. This is another tip that a lot of new players do. Another tip that I see a lot of my friends do is they get locked into looking down the barrel. They just want to like lock in and just shoot down the barrel. This doesn't work in 1v3s. It works, you know, if you have a guy at range, if you got at medium range. But in 1v3s, you have to be moving. You have to be shooting and moving. You have to be strafing. And when I say strafing, it's like moving left and right as you're hip firing. So that you're not just like a sitting target where like another team could shoot you from the side, another guy could shoot you from the side, and you're just standing there. You have to be moving, dodging, hopping when you're reloading maybe, or switching guns, so that you don't have like dead time where you're just not doing anything. Higher level players, more experienced players will always be moving, will be hip firing, will be dodging, will be crouching, will be jumping. They will be moving. They will not make it easy on you. So you just need to get in the habit of moving. I know that's something that sounds very basic in this game, but in Apex Legends, there's so many different ways to move, dip and dodge, and just keep fighting for way longer times. You duck, you dodge, you jump off a building, you zip back up, you move to another floor, all while you're reloading, maybe trying to heal very quickly, and trying to do all these things. And really just practice your hip fire. Don't always want to, look down the side. Be comfortable hip firing an R9, hip firing a Mastiff. It's not all about, the static shooting. That's what's going to get you killed, and it's what's not going to allow you to grow into higher ranks against higher level competition. They're going to be able to beat you because their movement's just going to be better. So those are really my 4 tips to this, and now I want to give a few disclaimers that I don't want anyone coming in, commenting on the video and being like, oh dude, I did all your tips and I still can't kill anybody. And with that, I preface it with what I kind of said at multiple points in this video is you got to practice, dude. Like, you have to find guns that you're good with, that you're comfortable with. And again, not every situation is equal. Not all your, opponents are equal. You may be in a higher rank, and at higher ranks, everyone's just better. If you're in a 1v3, it's almost impossible to win it. If you're like in a diamond in a pred lobby, it's going to be hard. Everyone's talented. No one's just going to gift you kills. So at that point, you have to practice. You have to be good with these guns. You have to be sharp. You have to know how to move. You got to be able to shield swap quickly, recognize your surroundings, take in your environment quickly, know maybe where that death box is, know where you can crouch and not get shot by another team or the other teammates, and know maybe if you can get that res off very quickly. There's a lot of things that you have to take in, and all that really just comes with practice. Whether you're on console, whether you're on mouse and key, I think my 4 tips are going to help anyone get better at 1v3s. But at the end of the day, it's just going to, you're going to get better as more that you practice and you practice and you practice. Your gun skills are going to get better. You're going to hit out your shots. You're going to hit more shots. And mixed in with these movement tips and different tips in these fights, you're just going to get better. And these 1v3s are just going to start popping off. And you're going to be just having so much fun and getting those nice Twitter clips to show off to all your friends. So again, if you guys like this video, like it, comment, subscribe. Please check me out on Twitch if you guys can. I'd appreciate it a lot. So thank you, and I'll see you guys at the next video.